Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel where we are the squad and you are the studs. Today we're going to be talking about haircuts. Guys, if you've ever been wondering what kind of haircut would you like to get, what kind of haircut suits you, well, this video is for you. We're going to go quickly over different types of hair types that you might have and face shapes in order for you to know what kind of haircut suits your face. So let's get into the video. First, you need to figure out your hair type. Do you have straight, curly, or wavy hair? That's gonna determine the overall look of your end result of your haircut, because it's going to look completely different if you have curly hair, if you have straight hair and you're getting a skin fade and you're leaving a lot on top. Depending on what kind of hair type and texture you have, it's going to change the texture of your hair, and thus it's going to give you a completely different look. If you don't know what kind of hair you have, it's not that hard. You could go online, find different pictures of maybe some celebrities, actors, musicians, whoever catches your eye that has similar hair to yours, and just look up what kind of hair that specific person has. In my case, I have wavy hair, so it's a little bit easier for me to style and cut my hair in different ways because it's pretty versatile. If you have no idea or don't understand why it's important to know and understand what kind of face shape you have for a certain type of haircut, then I'm going to explain that so you can have a better idea of what you can go and get next time you're at the barbershop, salon, or wherever you get your haircut. So you have different types of face shapes, right? Different types of angles, different types of faces for different types of people. How do you know which kind of face shape are you? Well, let's just go over a few of these face shapes, the most common ones, and based on the information I give you, you decide what face shape you have. Let's start off with the square face shape. Guys, this tends to be the most masculine one of all because it is symmetrical. You're going to have more or less the same dimensions on the sides and the top and bottom of your head, and you're going to have a very strong facial structure. So you're gonna have a lot of jawline, you're gonna be very squared off. Overall, it's pretty aesthetic and it's one of the most versatile face shapes to have because you can pull off any haircut. Up next is oblong. Oblong is pretty much just a slightly warped version of a square. You could call it a rectangle, but I don't like to call it rectangles because it doesn't have sharp facial features. Instead, think of a square, just maybe like a rectangle, take away the edges, and you have strong facial features, but a little bit on the longer side. Then comes the oval face shape. It's a little bit more rounded, still long, but definitely softer on those facial features. You're not gonna have a strong jawline, you're not gonna have a strong forehead. Overall, you're just gonna be pretty well-rounded. If you don't know if you're an oval, check out your forehead and check out your chin. If you have a slightly more angular chin and you have a narrow forehead with longer sides with some decent jawline, then you might be an oval face shaped person. Up next is diamond face shapes. These are also very versatile. I am a diamond face. The way you know this is if you have pronounced cheekbones. Normally it's the combination of having a considerable sized forehead with some cheekbones with narrow chin, and that is in my case what I have. So just keep that in mind. Strong cheekbones, strong forehead, narrow chin, not too much of a jawline, then you are a diamond face. Round face is round face. You have no facial structure. You have very soft curves. You don't have a strong jawline. You don't have a lot of forehead. Your cheekbones don't protrude, so you're overall round. Definitely one of the trickier ones to style when it comes to hair. And finally, you have the triangular face shape. Now, some people like to say the inverted triangle or just a regular triangle. Overall, it's triangle. You have a strong jaw, an angular chin, and you don't have a lot of length when it comes to the sides. So you're going to be very strong on the jaw and the chin. Now, when it comes to styling your hair or getting a haircut for these face shapes, what you're trying to do is create balance within your face to give it that symmetry and a nice, balanced look that you're looking for. That way, you don't look out of proportions. For example, in my case, I try and stay away from skin fades because since I'm a diamond face, I'm going to look like I have way more ears than what I do, and that's not something that I like. So let's start off with diamond faced shape. When you're gonna get a haircut, I like to stay away from those fades, but if you like rocking a fade, go ahead. I'm just gonna warn you that your ears are going to look exceptionally large. Your cheekbones are going to be extremely noticeable. You wanna stay away from those harsh angles on your face. That way you can create balance, okay? One way that I've found to cheat the system was growing out a beard so it can fill in kind of the gaps, because I don't have a lot of chin. I don't have a strong jawline either. So what I'm trying to do is balance out the sides by using a taper and just leaving some length on the top, and then on the bottom rocking a beard. Some different haircuts that you can get could be a side part, a fringe, or even a buzz cut. The side part is a nice classic look that you can rock. Anyone can rock pretty much, because it structures your face. You can either give yourself a skin fade or you can use a taper like I do and just sweep it to the side and you're good to go. The fringe, however, it falls a little bit more on your face, so it covers up some part of your forehead. You can also use it shorter on the sides or a little bit longer so you can sweep it back and just look nice and slick. A buzz cut pretty much suits everybody and it looks very, very masculine as long as you know how to maintain it. When it comes to the triangle face shape, you can go for something that structures your face when it comes to height. Like I mentioned before, you have a strong jawline and a very narrow chin, so you want to add volume on the top so you can kind of balance it out and you don't look like that weird TikTok filter that looks like Thanos.
What I'm about to do.
So what you're gonna do is you're going to wear a pomp, something that adds volume on the top, and you can skim the sides and just leave a nice skin fade, low fade, or whatever type of fade you like to do, just as long as you have some volume on the top. You could also rock it swept back or have a crew cut, because these haircuts, they have a little bit more hair to play around with on the top. It structures your face really, really well. Square-faced people, this is simple and easy, because you have the face that every man wants. You have the most masculine, beautiful, perfectly aesthetic face, so you can rock any sort of hairstyle, pretty much no problem. But I would personally go with a buzz cut because you just look that much more masculine. Your face looks really strong. So any haircut goes. Oblongs pretty much have the opposite problem of when it comes to square-faced people, because you need to be careful that you don't add too much volume on the top and look like you have an extremely long face. You don't want to look like you have 3 feet worth of face and head, because it's just not going to look right. Because you're narrower on the sides, you're longer headed, you can leave a little bit more hair to add some side texture to the side and some volume to the side, and also shorter on the top. That way you don't add too much volume, but you can still style it. I would go with a side part and just slick it back, and I think that would look amazing. But you could also rock a Caesar cut. That is definitely shorter on the sides and shorter on the top, but definitely gives you a nice overall look. Round face people, because you are lacking that structure from your jawline and your forehead and your cheeks, you need to add that artificially, let's just put it that way, with your haircut. What you want to do is get an undercut. You want to get something really, really short on the sides with a lot of volume on the top. That way the volume on the top kind of balances out your chin, your jawline, and the top of your head while maintaining structure on the sides of your head. That is going to look incredibly good. Also, a pompadour could be a good way to go if you like adding volume and just messing around with a blow dryer and your hair. Now, oval-faced people, you could pretty much rock any sort of fade and just long on the top, because you want to add, like I said, more volume here, structure your face. Because you are slightly more rounded, you need to add structures. You guys have it fairly easy because there are a whole bunch of different men's awesome looking hairstyles that you can rock that are shorter on the sides with some playful texture on the top. Guys, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed the content. Leave a like, subscribe, smash that bell notification icon so it can let you know whenever I post a new video. Interested in following me? Links down in the description down below. And don't forget to share this video with somebody that needs some style guidance, some counseling when it comes to men's fashion, lifestyle, and grooming. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe and stay stylish.